11 years now. My wife's been in it for 17 years. And through the power of networking, we've created a business that ranges from Perth to 28 other countries and some 30,000 people in our network. Do I know all of them? No. Do I get paid on all of them? Yes. That's the power of networking. And listening to what's going on around the table here, I really see that this group is imbibing the concept of networking. Through Gary, I've done a few talks at some of the other Reallogic situations, and most of the guys go around the table and say their minute, and that's about it. And they just say about what they do. The way that people network and create relationships isn't necessarily about what they do, it's who they are. So what I get in this community here is that you're actually spending time getting to know each other. Because, for example, when you meet somebody and they want an electrician, now, oh, well, I know this great electrician, I know he does a good job, and, you know, he's been around for 25 years, and this and this and this. But if you're really referring somebody, you want to know not only has he got the professional qualifications to do the job, but what people really want to know, because they make a decision with emotions, not with head, and it's the heart thing, and you go, I know this electrician, he's such a lovely guy, his local community, his kids go to this school, he's helped us with this charity run, I meet him at this breakfast all the time at Reallogic, and we've become really good friends. And what I love about it is I hear from all the people that use him that when he finishes his job, he cleans everything up. Now, is somebody going to go, give me his number, or do they just want to know he's a great electrician? Because people don't care how much you know until you show them how much you care. And if you can refer from a spot of knowing each other well enough to be able to say, oh, because you're actually giving a trust to somebody. And I'm reading a book at the moment called The Speed of Trust, and it's a fantastic book. But trust is a very important thing in networking. Because, quite simply, when people can trust people, things go faster. And because if there's trust is not there, things get stuck. If you're referring somebody just because they're an electrician and they happen to be in your group, but you're not really sure if there's an outcome that people are going to like, you may or may not give that referral. You think you should because that's what the group's about, but shall I because my name's on this? Do you understand what I'm saying here? So actually getting to know each other and creating relationships, which you guys seem to be doing, is a great foundation for creating a relationship. I would also endorse you, when you are talking to other people, to actually put out, and I don't know if you do, but you just might be looking for referrals, but put out that you're part of Reallogic, and that we are a referral organisation with only trusted referrals. We wouldn't refer anybody to you unless we know 100% that they are going to do a fantastic job for you. And part of our business is to ask you as a consumer how we can help you. Is there any area of business apart from me that you might be looking at the moment? What's wrong with asking for them from a trusted referral base that people have got relationships for? Then the next thing is a third-party story. If you know somebody, if you know each other very well, and say something along the lines of, well, actually, my friend Joe, he's a this, and this is what happened. Now, I hear today you're all telling stories. If you listen to those third-party stories, they are extremely powerful. It does create trust, it's truth, and the speed of referring happens faster. Because, for example, my business, it basically stems on a table full of people, if you like. We've got 15 what we call executives on our front line, and that is then duplicated. So a lot of those people I don't know. But if you find those people that trust that referral, what's going to duplicate in the future from that same person and the person that got the person from you. That business will duplicate for you. And you have every right to be following up with those people once you've created those relationships. So what you're sitting here with is not just a referral once and maybe it's gone. What you're sitting here with is something that over the years can build an absolutely strong and solid foundation that can actually keep you. You won't be looking for more referrals, they'll just be coming. And that is the power of a group like Reallogic. And you know, I take my hat off to Gary for, you know, he had the vision and the passion, a bit like Duncan, that all these years ago when he just, well, all these, it's not that long, is it? What is it, about 18 months or so? But you know, 18 months ago he's got nobody but an idea and thinking, I want to create this, and he's held the vision for you guys.
Yep.
It's your guys' job now, your people's job now to step up and hold that vision that Gary had and duplicate it. And duplicate it through trust, heart, love, and you will find it. And you will find yourself growing. Sorry, was it Wayne? Sorry? You said a little earlier about what is it about a rut or a comfort zone. And if you're if you're comfortable in a rut, and a lot of people are, they just stay there. But another definition of a rut is a long grave. Think about it, because you don't get out of it, right?
That's right.
And eventually you're in it. But if you expand, the reason I'm bringing that point up is if you can expand out what you're communicating to people, things will get bigger and it will challenge you. And the beauty is once you get those challenges coming to you of being a natural networker or referrer, wonderful things open up. And the money happens. It just happens. You don't have to worry about the money, it's the relationships. The money will come. I'm open if anybody wants to ask me any questions, but really what I'm saying is it's all about relationships.
What's the name of that book?
Pardon?
The book you mentioned?
The Speed of Trust. Have you heard of Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People? This book has been written by his son, The Speed of Trust. It's an amazing book, and there's a lot of comments about why it's never been written before, because it's a benchmark. And once you understand what actually happens with trust, and trust, it talks about through organisations, but families, everything. Because if people are being a bit tricky, a bit sneaky, we know it. We don't have to just hear it, we just know it cellularly. We soak it up through osmosis. We don't know why, shake somebody's hand and you just don't know, you never met them before, but you just don't know why. We go, oh, I don't know about this guy. But if you work on that trust and can trust each other, there's momentum in that.
It's like our friend John Hughes, who sells himself on that very factor. Who can you trust?
Exactly.
When you're buying a motor vehicle. And it's hit that so heavy that, yeah.
Who's bought a motor vehicle off John Hughes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So nearly half of us. Why? Because he puts a message of trust out there. And did you trust? And was it truthful? Did the car work fine? Did it fall to bits on you? Did you have any problems? Absolutely. And he usually says that. But there you go. That's a very good example. And he's created his reputation on that, and a massive business.
There's a book about to come out in the US by a guy called Gary Vaynerchuk, and it's called The Trust Economy. And that's worth checking out. It's not out yet, but he wrote a book previously. He has something called Wine Library TV, and he's very much into online marketing and makes a lot of money. But along the same lines, his belief of I guess marketing is the trust thing, especially with social media and whatever, has become bigger and bigger and bigger, and it is all about trust. And yeah, exactly along the lines of what you're saying.
I'll just give Kay a plug and my business a plug just at the end, just to wind up with this, but it's actually a fact as well as a plug. Is Forbes magazine in America, you may know, they're basically a leader the whole stock market, financial market, and they analyse and review all these sort of people. Because of the global financial crisis and what has happened, a major issue has come up that they've had to address. Now there's 8,000 companies listed on the New York Stock Exchange, and they decided, because of the marketplace and their position, is that they needed to actually address those 8,000 companies and actually work out who are the top 100 most trustworthy companies well, virtually in the world, but on the New York Stock Exchange. Because look what trust has done to our whole global economy. We couldn't trust those guys and what they were doing. Greed took over, didn't it? So in the top 100 most trustworthy companies on the New York Stock Exchange, New Skin Enterprises is number 4. And that's the company we work with. You can trust their products, you can trust their financial management, you can trust where they're going in the future, their marketplace, all those sort of things. And that I'm very proud of that, because that's my business. That's when I know when I deliver something, I have trust behind me. I know that when somebody deals with a company, they get looked after. I know that orders get, and if they do mess up, they go sorry and they fix it. Because we all mess up from time to time.